No. Now, how do you do that? Don't say you saying you going through all this one, then it over in like what a second, and now you still got that energy up.
To me, it doesn't go away until you start training for that next fight or something, because that feeling, it don't go away.
And that was different for me. I was on all the time. I was on every second of the day. That's why I got in trouble. I always got assault charges and stuff because I was always on.
Yeah.
I was always on. I didn't know the discipline. I didn't use the discipline. I fell in love with that illusion.
And you went through that journey and you faced yourself. And I think in certain ways you can be a great mentor to him, to Ryan. And it's interesting because we're having these moments and it feels so natural and we think, we're going to see each other tomorrow. And the reality is, I don't know when you guys are going to see each other again.
You're going to see me knock out Tank in the second round. That's when you're going to see me.
I'm going to the fight.
Yeah, right. That's when you're going to see me
at the fight.
But here's my question, and forgive me for even throwing this out there. Is there anything that you wanted to show him, any adjustments, anything? Because the reality is, Mike, you're off doing your own thing, and
No. What is he's going to figure out? Now, he's 22, but all this shit is about is your babies and your family at the end. You got to prepare. That's why you need your liberation, so you can prepare for your family.
Yeah.
These people, they have family too. You think they're going to take care of your family before they have family? And I'm not saying they're bad guys. I'm just saying you need to liberate yourself. You need to be your own boss.
Understanding of that, yeah.
And I don't care who gets mad. Tell them to come see me.
I don't think they want to, Mike.
No, but you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
nigga.
I know what you mean, yeah.
We're all afraid to confront these guys when you got to think about your family. You have babies?
You have 2 baby girls.
So what about them? Nobody should matter but them. That's real talk. That's real hard shit right there.
Yeah.
Nobody should matter.
Don't care whose feelings are hurt, right?
Absolutely. This is not a feeling game. This is a business. This is objectiveness. There's no feelings involved. What's right and what's wrong? Objectiveness. No feelings, right or wrong. No gray stuff.
I knew there was something different about you. You have 2 kids.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a level of maturity from this guy that you don't see from 22-year-old kids, because you've had to step up.
And I just walk with God. I feel like that's where I get my knowledge from. So I walk with God every step of the way. That's why I just listen.
And God told you to take care of your family first. No, I'm serious.
No, that's why I give
Go any book.
He confirmed
the
it.
books.
Yeah.
Go take care of your family. You don't take care of your family, you're nothing, man.
You got to do that. It just has to be second nature. And he's right. I can't worry about whose feelings. I got to take care of my family. I got to make sure they're good at all times, no matter what. So
you see him up here talking to people. That's going in other people's pockets before he gets some of that money.
Yeah.
But other people are going to be shuffling. He needs his own guy. Even if they're not, he needs to be his own man. Just like I should have been earlier. Your own guy, and you can still love those guys or whatever, but look at them as equals.
The people that took your money and did you wrong, have you let that go, and do you forgive them?
Look, I'm not mad at nobody.
There you go. That's why
Look
you're so
at me
healthy.
now, God.
and that's why he's successful.
Imagine if I gave up and killed them, and now I'm in jail for the rest of my life.
Right.
Jerking off all the time or something.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
Fucking some people, you're stabbing people. And then
Right.
when I go in prison, I'm a totally different kind of person.
Right.
Imagine if I do that for the rest of my fucking life because of these scumbags.
Right.
There are people that did hurt managers and then they're in prison for the rest of their lives.
Right. Forgiveness, there's nothing more powerful.
Listen, forgiveness is more powerful than a bullet. Forgiveness. I'm just very grateful that I don't have to hear that word much. That I have to, people have to forgive me. God damn. The power of that. You'll learn one day. You're not ready for it. Stay the way you are. You're not ready for none of that stuff yet. But yes, you're around. It'll come around. You'll understand that. You understand compassion then. Look at me. I'm a savage now. I'm talking about compassion. The word really kicked my ass, huh?
Man. But shit, whatever you went through, man. And the reason you forgave is the reason why you're right here and doing great.
Yeah.
That's the story of Jesus, man. Forgiveness.
Yes. Forgiveness, nigga.
Well, you have a Jew in the corner, but I respect Jesus. Jesus was a Jew, and you know, but I still feel you.
Yeah.
We can all pray together.
Every day.
Love all around. I don't
Eat
care.
together.
I don't care about religion. All I care about is relationship with God. That's it.
There you go.
Religion could go a million ways.
Well, you know, when you think about situation, you think of relationship with God. Just think about the many people got killed over it. Many people died over certain gods
because they believe their God is the only God.
How do you put God in perspective?
This is the way. In my humbling heart on this subject is, people always say, "Oh, Mike's this way, Mike's that way." How you know somebody if you're not close to them? How are you gonna know God if you are not close to God, or ask God, "Can I be close to you?" You're never gonna know. I'm never gonna know who you are unless I talk to you every day. You're not gonna know who I really am unless you talk to me every day. That's my perspective on it. It's all about having a relationship with God. You could spin it any way, Christian, Catholic. You go any way you want. To me, it's relationship with God, trusting Him, and just getting closer to Him every day. Talk to Him every day. You'll find out sooner or later.
You ever looked at program like The History of God?
Oh, I think on Netflix I've seen that with
No. It's not on YouTube. Netflix don't have nothing like that. I'm talking about the history. You talking about stuff with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, you see that?
No, that's bullshit. Okay, I'm talking about you look at the history of God and it's people being perspective. This is what their perspective is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how does God come into reality? How does He have so many different names over the time of life? His name has changed all the way to Jesus, Prophet Muhammad.
So many different
Indian gods. But at one time there were Sumerian gods, and they were the same story, but with different names.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turned into Roman and Greeks and Americans and Africans. Now we're all the same. But at one time, these same deities, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, they were different gods. They got their religion from these gods. Because I'm a Muslim, and I watched in Sumerian. They prayed like this too back then. I say that's probably where that came from, this and this and this, and on your knees. And I said, wow, that was Islam before Islam was thousands of years before it even existed.
Right.
So, religion is in, they have to, under Africa, there's this country that's under Turkey that's older than Africa, like 9,000 years old. And in there, they found an altar where people was worshiped. So as we know that God's been worshiping for 9,000 years. As we know, it could have been, that's just what we found. It could have been the country underneath that country that's been worshiping God. We know nothing about God but that it exists in us.
Yeah.
God exists in us.
Yeah.
That's just bottom line.
Our brain is not sophisticated enough to fathom God. He didn't make us that way, but we still try.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's always, we're never gonna have like a understanding. It's just you gotta know that God is forever. He's like, to me, it's like change. It's always change, evolve, change.
And God's rules, what you think God's rules are. Really,
God's
I know you read
you.
the book, but God rules basically what humans think they are. Regardless of what we do behind closed doors. Our religion doesn't stop our humanity. Doesn't form our humanity either. We come from savages, and we're taught to behave and act like this. We didn't just evolve this way. We were taught to be this way, because if we didn't act this way, we'd get punished. From probably hundreds of thousands of years ago, we went through this. But some people evolve more than others, and some people stay having animals and have the animal gene. Yeah. That's why we have serial killers. They don't always reform to the human status of following the law and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like when everything aligns, like for instance, when you're in the ring and everything's come to fruition and you're totally present and you're on your highest vibration, that you're closer to God?
I'm only close to God when I'm alone. I don't feel him when I'm in the ring. So it's my ego in the ring. I can only experience God when I'm in the presence of quietness and silence.
But you did say the gods of war have ignited your ego.
Yes, but that's selling tickets, nigga.
Let him know.
I'm selling tickets, nigga.
Man, you gotta understand, like some stuff is just to get the people going.
I learned how to
that.
use my ego to take advantage of my ego. Stop letting my ego take advantage of me.
Right.
You know.
Everyone has to be quiet and go inward. And we all pray to different gods, but that doesn't mean that someone else's God is any more or less legitimate than yours.
Listen, we worship. We worship the characteristics of God. And the characteristics of God is in all the books. You know? That's just what it is.
Yeah.
One is characteristics. I have the characteristics of a whole bunch of religions, but I'm a Muslim. But if I was just a straight Muslim and didn't know any other religion, then I wouldn't be a wise Muslim. If I only was thinking about my religion, I have to understand everyone else as well.
Right.
I'm not the only person in the world. I have to understand the world in order to understand life or to understand God. Right, guys?
Like Ryan just said, it's all about change and evolution and growth.
Don't be afraid of that.
No.
God
People
doesn't
are
want us to
scared.
kill. God doesn't want us to kill nobody. God doesn't want us to kill animals. If that's the God we believe in. I believe any kind of killing, any kind of humans, animals, is a form of self-hate. That's just my belief.
Yeah. And then, you need a little protein because you got fights coming up. So, there's...
No, I've eaten fake meat during my fight.
Somebody offered me that to do like a deal with fake meat and stuff like that. I don't know.
That's the future.
Good.
That's the future.
You still feel strong?
Yeah, I still feel strong too. But listen, it's gonna soon be blasphemous to eat
Meat,
animals,
possibly.
attack animals. You see how powerful their network is now?
Yeah.
Imagine 20 years from now.
True. It's already growing.
We're gonna all be eating and it's not processed meat, but it's not real meat.
Yeah.
And just as healthy for you, probably more healthier.
Yeah, they have to figure it out because I've been dabbling in that for a while. And
They got to get it right.
because you suddenly you look, what is in the Impossible
Because I would
Burger?
listen.
Oh,
No,
wait a minute, there's more
I
sodium than...
I was in my my refrigerator yesterday, and I took a piece and I ate, and I said, "Wow, that's impossible." I just tell right away it was impossible. My whole family got that down. They don't eat no meat. Nothing.
Yeah. This has been heavy, right?
In a good moment, I feel like.
No, but listen, this is only, he's a Leo, so he's not like most people. Leo absorbs everything for their leadership.
Yeah.
Leos and Capricorns are just the fucking obnoxious motherfuckers. The Capricorn, because he's always on the top, nobody can get him and shit. He's
I'm a Leo,
arrogant.
but my rising is Cancer. That's why I can identify with your sensitiveness.
See,
You do kind of seem sensitive.
Yeah.
Now he don't want to admit it though.
What are you talking about?
It's just sensitivity.
I don't hide from the truth. I'm
Now when I
sensitive.
played Karen Carpenter, he said, "Ugh, that's too sensitive."
I didn't say I'm
just
too.
kidding.
No, I said.
Man, what did you say? Come on,
No,
tell me.
because
I know what you said. You're too sensitive, Mike. That's too sensitive for me. Rob,
no.
didn't he say that? Karen Carpenter was too fucking sensitive to him.
I said I didn't realize you were this sensitive, and I don't know.
It
if
wasn't
I'm,
my sensitivity. It's just powerful music.
Yes,
The words
absolutely.
are powerful.
Yeah.
I want to listen to that music. Is it good?
Karen, listen, can I tell you something? Music educates people. There's something like my father-in-law. He can listen to jazz. There's no words, but he knows the words to it, and there's no words ever written to it. Yeah, jazz is just cold. It's just
I love soul, jazz,
It's just
all
so
that.
beyond my conscience. Oh, it's cold though. It's cold.
I mean, you
It's
think
cold.
about jazz. Jazz is improvisation, but everyone's on the same page and they know
Exactly.
the rules. And it's like boxing. You're in there. You've got all the tools, and
Jazz
then you
is-
have to
listen,
improvise.
My dad went to
Jazz is
school
deep.
for piano, jazz playing.
Jazz is deep and powerful.
Yeah.
Once you in that, it's only those guys only stick together. Those guys are on the same level.
Music is so powerful. Think about it. You have to choose your walkout song. you know, to connect
Exactly.
to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've gone through only now 2 walkout songs that are without, you know, kind of that powerful feeling I felt in them. The first one was Superstar from Lupe Fiasco. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. If I'm what I say I am, I better step in that ring and not be scared, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And listen,
And-
right? You know how we go out to our song, and we go. It's been happening since the beginning of human beings. During war, we're going out with our drums,
that's
or
true.
whatever it is, the Mayas, whatever it is. Since the beginning of time, our war drums,
Yeah.
That's
our
right.
war
It's
music.
been happening forever.
Since human beings.
Dang, that's crazy.
Because we have this visceral connection.
And I just started thinking that
Connection to that music, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That music does something to you.
It's
Yeah.
spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah, it's spiritual. For sure, 100% spiritual.
Either be
Wasn't there a
happy-
time, Mike, where you were walking out to like a single note, or what?
No, sometimes when I was fighting God, I just walk out with funeral music.
No way.
Oh my god!
But you felt that, right? That's something you felt.
Yeah, I
You-
was a dark person back then.
yeah,
Man, you're
you
on some-
chose to play funeral music
Yeah, I was dark.
because you.
Listen, just like that, I put my whole life into the world seeing this thing. I put my whole life into this.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so and I didn't like the fucking reflection I got back.
the funeral music.
Yeah,
I'm
so I
still
changed-
on
now,
that.
but
I
now you have a
changed the
better
picture,
relationship
yeah.
with all this.
Oh, absolutely,
It's fun.
Absolutely,
Life is a comedy now.
yes, and you learn not to. You keep your personal life to yourself. Learn that. I didn't have this. When I was young, I didn't have discipline. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't think I was gonna live this long. Then my wife explained, "Hey, you're gonna have grandkids soon, and they're gonna look at you in a certain way, so you need to change your life and stuff." And then it just started working. I met Rob, and then I did the toad. See, that's since I did the toad, and then my whole life changed.
I heard all that you're telling.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
I've seen every podcast of yours. So.
Yeah, I did the toad, and I got a podcast. I was on the park. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Look, this is. I don't know. I don't even think, but it's magical.
Yeah,
It's from I don't know what happened. I did the toad, my fucking life changed. I lost 100 pounds. I just fought somebody.
right,
That was
right.
Isn't that a trip?
Props to you though. You still look
Made
strong.
millions and millions of dollars. Just I'm fucking 54. And what the fuck am I doing? The biggest show of 2020. What am I doing? This doesn't have nothing to do with my ego. This is just me.
Well, you're
on some
displaying-
fucking
Kind of
toad
grateful.
shit, huh?
Are you grateful for that?
I am totally. I never knew what gratitude was until this moment. You know, man. Who the fuck I think I am to be fighting people and making money when everybody's starving
You're
right
just
now,
like, thank you, though.
I'm just very grateful. You give it away.
Yeah.
I've always been selfish. Anytime I did something for somebody, it was only for my self-aggrandizement. I was getting something down the road from it.
Dang.
I never knew the power of just being kind and giving. I only used it for I only used it for my self-aggrandizement, but just to be actually caring for somebody, I never really knew that. And not wanting anything back. I never experienced that, and that was powerful.
Yeah, unconditional love.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so selfish. I never knew what it's like to be selfless.
Well, but you're also very open and transparent and raw and real, and people gravitate towards that. In a time when everyone's on their best behavior, you're saying, this is me, I'm flawed, I'm trying to evolve and be the best person I can be.
Well, we're all flawed, but some people hide their flawness really good.
Man.
But we're all flawed, and it's just that I don't have the energy to hide anything. I don't have anything eventually. I don't know when I'm going to die. So why am I going to use all that energy hiding something what I was made to be? If there's God made me this way, I guess. He made you that way, and this is our personality that we got from God.
And that's the double-edged sword of social media.
Yeah.
Social media made you not want to show your real self, only the best parts of you. You know what I mean? I think, the moment you start just being like transparent, like you said, transparent, real, just this is me. Every day I'm going to work to become better and better and just be that better person the next day. People have to respect that, because if you don't, then you're going to be just denying yourself, because yourself is like that too. Nobody's perfect. It's impossible. You run into a hole. You run into a brick wall.
When you get old, I was the same way as this guy. I was just so much vest. But then you got to realize this country is a country for entrepreneurs. We survive. If you're not an entrepreneur, you're not really going to survive in this status that you're accustomed to. You know, this whole world is a business. It's one big school, so to be. It's a business school as well.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, where you gonna make your claim at. You have to prepare for your future. You know, you're not gonna fight forever. I know it feels like it is, but you ain't gonna fight forever. You might wake up tomorrow. It's nothing. Fighting the way you might wake up tomorrow. I don't want to do this shit no more. I don't want to give this big percentage to these motherfuckers all my life.
Hey, before every fight, I'm like, damn, this shit sucks. No, so I have a love-hate relationship with this sport.
Listen, I know, and he's only 22, but how long you been doing it?
Since I was 7.
See?
And even the amateurs fights, those it felt like professional fights.
Those are the toughest.
Yeah.
The amateurs are tougher than the pro fights, right?
Yep, no, 100%.
Them 3 rounds of hell, huh?
No, why though? That's weird, right?
Because it's us developing as professionals.
Because for some reason, man, those fights were like the scariest thing in the world.
I know, but listen, I wasn't a great amateur. You know, I won like one phony kind of because all the Russian guys didn't go there. But the real deal is that once I got 18, I just, boom, it just happens. Without you even thinking, you start working, you start getting better, boom.
That's what happened
Right?
to me.
I don't know either.
How does that even make sense?
I wasn't a great amateur, but as soon as I turned pro, knocking these everything.
I mean, I did pretty good, like I said, in the amateurs.
Media, but as a pro, that shit just started going fast. I had 15 fights in 1 year.
Yeah, but Mike, you were thrown into the deep. I want to hear about your story. You were thrown into the deep end of the pool. You were lying about your age from the jump.
Yeah.
So you were a kid. You weren't even old enough to fight these men, and so you got thrown into the deep end of the pool. You had to evolve.
See, my
fast.
mentor, he comes from the old school. He thinks you should fight as many fights as you can as an amateur. Don't care if you lose or win, because you've had that experience, so it won't happen in the pros.
Exactly.
You know, it don't matter how many times you lose. I've been knocked out in the amateurs. I've been beating the amateurs. Then I turn pro. I'm fucking invincible. You know, It's just like you said. Right? It's just something switch, and it's beyond you. Right. You're the same guy, but you're not the same guy.
And something also happened to me when I was 17. Before I went pro, I went through this just anxiety, panic attack that I never, I never experienced.
Yeah, I had that stuff too.
Yeah, and it was right before I went pro, and to me, now looking back at it, obviously I feel like it taught me to, learn about myself. And it's the start of my spiritual growth, the start of my just knowing myself better, and just an understanding of who I am and who I can be. And, and I just, going through that experience comes back to I want to tell kids, when you're feeling these feelings, it may feel like it'll never end, but it's going to teach you a lot. And I want kids to know that you'll be okay, because some kids won't even notice what it is, because you don't ask those type of questions, or you think that you're too tough to not feel scared, or not feel like can't breathe. There's so much things anxiety can make you feel like, but you're not alone, and people are here. Just talk to somebody, ask them questions. Somebody has been through it. Promise you that, and you're gonna be okay. I promise you.
And just know that feeling will pass. And you mentioned breath. It's about breathing. It all comes from the breath, because that panic attack is about the shortness of breath.
Exactly.
And
especially if you don't know what's going on. You're gonna.
It's the
but
unknown.
if you do know, you'll pass. You'll go.
Well, I knew what was going on. I was getting ready to go in there and fight another human being. I was scared to death.
Yeah.
And then then I realized this. This is what I found out. Then the whole game changed. I found out they're more afraid of me than I am of them. And then everything changed. Just going there, BOW! Motherfuckers, I'ma fucking kill you. I was out there back then.
That gave you a different perspective.
Different perspective. I was threatening them before the fight, threatening the mothers, the families, just act like a savage.
Oh my God, the things you said.
Somebody was shaking my, get the fuck out of me. I'm shaking your fucking hand. And that's the only thing I regret. That's the only stuff I regret. I wish I wanted to talk like a human being to those people. But in order to be what I wanted to do, I had to be a savage.
That was your way.
Yeah, that's what I knew. Some guys are just, like Alexis Arguello, he's a gentleman the whole way before he kills you.
No, he's a monster.
He's gonna kill you. He's gonna fucking kill you, but he's gonna kiss you, hold you, and be nice. You talked about how great your family and your your father is. And he's gonna go through a long intellectual love story with you after he kills you.
Right.
You know.
But I've seen you in the ring after you've knocked someone out. You hug them. You
I
give them a
learned
kiss.
that from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned that from him.
Interesting.
Like him, like he sees out there with my heroes, Duran and Ali and all those. See, Ali, we just left. But Ali inspired me because I was in a reform school and they played the movie The Greatest, and Ali came in. And right away I said, I want to be like him. And then I got transferred to another place. And at this other place, it was a gentleman named Bobby Stewart who used to be a boxer. And I said, hey, can you train me with you? And he said, no, I'm not training you. Everybody wants to be a fighter. You get your grades up and you start acting like you have some sense, and I'll think about it. And so I got on an honor roll, and he started teaching me. And then one day he had a little bit of a broken nose, black eye, and he was mad one day. And I thought he was mad, but he was mad because his wife was angry and said, I don't want you to box no more if your nose. And then he said, don't worry, I'm gonna take you somewhere else, and this guy's gonna take you to the next level. And that's how I met Cuss.
Wow.
All coming from Ali. That's crazy.
All from Ali.
Isn't
all
it-
from fuck. And then I avenged him with fucking Trevor Burbick and Larry Holmes. Can you believe that? I avenged him. Me, I'm nobody.
Before that fight, did you have that feeling that you could avenge him? Was it like,
That was my mission.
it's my mission to knock out Tank in 2 rounds?
Oh, I know. Fool.
So you know what's happening.
Tank, you
now.
hear this shit, man? You know, man. You gotta represent Baltimore, man. They're gonna think bad about you.
No,
You don't
he's
come
still gonna be
fight
a
this
hero.
guy. Not if he doesn't fight you. You gotta
Oh,
fight.
he got to fight me, yeah.
You talking mad shit. Cause I ain't hear shit like this since Ali. You embarrassing people in front of Baltimore, say you gonna still be cool and shit. Tank, man, what the fuck?
I mean, think about from this perspective. People saying he's not ready for Tank. He went from proving it, knocking Luke out. It's legit, right?
Olympic
And by the
gold
way, you had
medalist.
love for him afterwards.
Always.
You took a page out of Mike's book, which is great. And now not only are you stepping up, calling him out, but you're calling out the round. You know,
This is what all fighters, especially these young guys, they should learn. We're all entrepreneurs. We're just not fighters. We're not going to fight a fight. We're going to talk and say, listen, this is the most money that both of us are going to make the whole year, probably 5 years from now. Let's fight. And matter of fact, let's get this guy out of it. We don't need this guy, and we keep most of that money to ourselves. Okay? Sometimes you got to tell your friend, hey, just chill out for a minute. I'll break you off, but you're not going to get this. We're going to decide how this money's going to be splitted before I decide to look out for anybody else.
right?
You feel me, right?
Yeah, totally.
But listen, guys like me and him at this age, sometimes we're afraid to confront our guys. You know what I mean? We don't know. We're not afraid of nobody in the ring, but we're afraid to confront these guys. Ain't that something? All these bad guys, we kick their ass, and we don't want to confront these bitch niggas. And that bitch, you know what I mean? They want to do that to your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if they're taking advantage. They should all know this is a money cow right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're making money. We're slave masters. You know, I'm the only slave master that don't have no contract with anybody. The legends only. I don't want to own nobody. We just do business.
Well, I mean, Mike, before you beat yourself up, the reality is to get to the level that you guys are at, you have to be so singularly
absolutely.
focused. And then you see this guy, well, he must know what he's doing about. He's dealing with finance. I don't know finances. I've been grinding so hard. So you do feel a bit subservient to them.
Yes, but listen, know what finance is? Forget everybody else, and just have a trainer and a lawyer. That's your life. A trainer and a lawyer.
True.
Everybody else is just, even if you do got entrepreneur, I like some people I love, I want them to look like me. You know what I mean? Because we've known each other forever. And this is great for us. But it's up to you to do it. You know what I mean? Somebody else shouldn't be taking your money. You should have your own checkbooks. I don't care. That's what you should have. You're sophisticated. You got fucking kids. I can see if you're a little wild motherfucker gets out there. Hey, my dick is... No, you got children.
Yeah,
you
I
got
do.
children.
I do.
Your whole game got to change. Fuck everybody. Fuck them.
Oh, man.
Business partners, they fuck you. Let's change this contract, nigga.
Can
I
you
got
feel
babies.
he's ready to go right now, man?
right.
This guy is ready to fight right now. I can feel it. He's busting out.
But we gotta be fighters in both arenas. We gotta be fighters in entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And
It's like that
everything,
same
right?
spirit. That same spirit gotta go into entrepreneurship.
Are you feeling all this?
You
I'm
know what I'm
soaking
talking
it in.
about.
I'm soaking
you know.
it in. I'm just.
You have to be your own business. Like me, I'm my own business.
Yeah.
You know, man. If anybody I choose to break off and look out, that's because I choose it. Nobody else gonna do it for me.
Mm.
You gotta be your own man. I know it's tough dealing with that at 22 and stuff, but just remember the 2 babies. Listen,
That's why I
was left with nothing, and I have all these babies.
Mm.
They don't give a fuck about my babies. They won't care about your babies. It's just the real.
Yeah.
You're a worker. Ain't that thing? You're
Mm.
even though you're a savage in the ring, but you're a bitch in business. People own you.
True.
No, don't feel bad. It happened to me too. Do not feel bad. It happened to the greatest ever.
Yeah. And you're never too old to learn.
No, ever, never, ever. You have to face your own fears. But once you face your fears, you'll face anybody. You know, this is what I learned. Everybody that you fight is not your enemy, and anybody that help you is not your friend.
Yeah.
Remember that, young man.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you.
This has been amazing, you guys.
Well, it's cool hanging out with you too, motherfucker. What you mean?
I'm loving
I know,
it.
Jeremy. Come on, man.
I'm soaking it all up.
I mean,
Hey, listen, I've worked with him before. My little boy Miguel. Miguel is